sun, food and shopping. Some things that make Singapore attractive as a tourist destination. But when it becomes hotter and more humid, experts say the experience and expectations of tourists will change. Nadira Zaidi finds out more.
Escaping the harsh winters in Europe and soaking up the sun in Sentosa. It's what tourists visit Singapore for. But when climate change creeps in, the appeal of visiting the golden beaches here may lose its luster. Projections from the Third National Climate Change Study shows the island could be experiencing more 35 degrees Celsius weather through the year by the end of the century. Sea level is also expected to go up by a meter. All these could impact the types of tourist activities and restrict movements around popular tourist spots.
If the temperature increases by 2 or 3 degrees and becomes quite impossible for people to stay outside in the sun, because the temperature is increasing, but at the same time, it'll be more humid, and rainfall may make the beach not as conducive, maybe more wet. The rising water level will reduce the shelf and the beach space which is available for people.
Sentosa might look a little different in future, but Singapore's green efforts will be key in attracting visitors.
The fact that we are raising our game in sustainability might to some extent draw some people. They will be keen to, slightly similar to going to a UNESCO World Heritage Site. When people find out that, Sentosa is voted the most sustainable island destination, so let's make a trip there.
With soaring heat, shoppers along Orchard Road could also seek respite in sheltered areas more. That could change the experience at the shopping belt.
There will be fewer open-air dining spaces. Everything would be enclosed in air-conditioned spaces. So again, what you're looking for as a tourist, as a visitor, would be different. And these spaces may not look as open, as welcoming as they are now.
With the rainy months set to become wetter, Orchard Road might also face flood risks. Better infrastructures that can withstand the impact of climate change will be needed.
I think the government here has spent close to about $1.5 billion on upgrading and improving the capacity of the infrastructures to contain the rainwater. So going forward, because flooding is very intimately associated with climatic changes, so that could be one of the things that we might see.
For tourists favouring nature, such as at the Mandai Wildlife Reserve, experts say a change in weather might affect the experience.
Imagine you're going to an exhibit to see lions or want to see tigers, but those animals are never outside. They're always inside because they're finding it too hot and too warm. So as a tourist, your experience of going to the zoo is then mitigated. You're not getting the value that you expected of seeing an open zoo without a cage and so forth, as you might see in other places.
Mandai Wildlife Group says they have installed sprinkler systems at the zoo to keep the animals cool. At Bird Paradise, feeders are strategically placed in shaded areas close to viewing platforms. And across the parks, animals, along with visitors, can rely on tree canopy covers to stay cool.